How to comment on data. So now we are going to be going into how to comment on data. So again, you are at your home page and you're going to go to that hamburger menu and you're going to go straight to data analysis. So just a reminder, um, you do have to comment on your data on the first and fourth year, but I always strongly suggest, especially when you're requesting things, to always look at your data and make sure you are using data to inform your practices. So just again, just a suggestion. So once you are in your data analysis section, you are going to go ahead and click this little button right here, and it's going to say add new. Here you could see a couple of different things. One, you'll see that you have all of your data points right here, which is really nice because you could click on them and you should be able to see this. If you don't have access to it right away, or if it gives you that sign in option, just go ahead and click sign in. If you have any issues logging into your data, just go ahead and either send me or Jan an email or call us. Just let us know and we'll help you get access to it as soon as we can. Okay, so go ahead and click close real quick. And again, I just want to remind you, if you want to look at your data like side by side, you just have to click these buttons and it'll give you bigger options, right? So if you wanted to see any of these in any way. So here are all your data points that you should be looking at. If you don't have honors in your area, then you don't have to do it if you don't have honors in your area. Okay, if you do have honors, then you have to go ahead and also submit that data for it. So the first area that you're going to go into is going to be headcount, and I love this about Naventive this year is that when you click on it, right, it's going to give you, for example, here it says headcounts, and it's going to say, hey, this is only the data that you need, so you don't have to go looking for your data. The one thing I will say is you're going to have to select your department because this is not Naventive. This is just integrated into Naventive. So you have to select your department. Okay, so let's say we are in welding. So then we would have to go down to welding and select it. Otherwise, what you are looking at is actually the entire college's data. Okay, so when you are in headcount, again, you're gonna just note your observations essentially, and if you have an action plan for that, you're going to tell us if this is a goal um, needed for this indicator, right? So if there's a goal that you have and has something to do with this, and it's tied, you're going to say yes or no, so that way it's tied to it. But headcount, I do want to let y'all know that it is an unduplicated value. That means that the number of students, this is the number of students that are enrolled at the institution, regardless of how many units that student is enrolled in. But this is only related when you select your program to your program, okay? So unduplicated. So as you can see here in welding, it has gone up, right? So that's something that you can say, my headcount has gone up over the years by approximately whatever number that is, okay? And you could also view this data down here in face-to-face modality, DE, if there was any DE sections, hybrid sections, or even honors, right? So I am assuming welding does not have those areas. The next section would be enrollment, and again, all you have to do is go through this. I do want to just say for enrollment, this is a duplicated value. So this is the number of seats that you have that we have filled. So each course enrollment is going to be counted separately. So therefore, a student could be counted multiple times. So let's say that you are in, for example, I might have a student that is in Psych 101, but also in Psych 215. So that is a seat that they are taking in both of those classes. So that counts as a duplicate value because it's for enrollment and it has to do with number of seats that are filled. Okay, so that's what that means. And again, if it's tied, action plan, and so forth. But those are the two things that I really wanted to talk about. And again, don't forget to select your department every single time. I know um, you have to do it and click out if you're going to go into enrollment, right? And then make sure that it's selecting that enrollment area, and then you select your department, and you do have to do it every time. Again, because this is not Naventive, this is Power BI, and it's just added into the website, okay? Another thing, FTEs, that just means full-time equivalent students. Retention just means it's earning a grade in a course other than a W. So therefore, this would be the number of students that completed a course with a grade other than a W divided by the number of students that were enrolled at the time of census. Okay, so again, analysis, discussion, and that's for every single one of them. It's the same thing, right? The number of sections, what is your analysis, and so forth. Um, Success, I want to say, is defined as earning an A, B, C, or credit or pass. So therefore, the success rate is going to be the number of students who had success, which means passes, in a course, divided by the number of students that were enrolled during census date. And I do want to, and again, these are all separated by the different areas. So again, if we were in success, we would go in and we would select our department, and then we would be able to see the success. And again, you would be able to separate this by face-to-face, hybrid, honors. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and select a different one just so you can see that there are differences between face-to-face, DE, hybrid, and if there's honors, honors. So again, make sure you exit. And for equity, the last thing is it is a tiny bit different, and I do want you to note that this is the same, but here it's going to be sectioned off by school and discipline. So you're gonna have to go in and select your school or discipline, and then select your department. And then once you have your department, you have your equity data. And this first one is based on gender. If you wanted to separate it by race and ethnicity, you're gonna hit race and ethnicity down here. If you want to separate it by age group, you would select age group, and so forth. So yeah, so that is how you comment on data. If you have any questions, please reach out. I do not mind helping at all. I have actually like 11 years of research experience, so I'm more than happy to talk about data non-stop. But again, once you're done, don't forget to hit save, and that's it. You are done. Bye.